got a new encoder. We're gonna use this for the stream tonight. I'm here. We are streaming. We currently have a tornado warning to the south of Oklahoma City. Right here, it's going towards Stratford. So we're gonna get started in a second. Okay. I just want to see if the stream is working, so I'm gonna check my phone real quick. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna mute the mic. Alright everyone, that works good. I'm not done checking the stream real quick. I'm just gonna continue talking on it if I see if I'm trying to make sure the mic is and everything like that's working. So just give me a second here, I'm sorry. Alright, wait a second. Alright everyone, we should be unmuted here. So let's do a quick overview of what's gonna happen because I do gotta go take care of stuff before we actually start the stream. So I'm actually for a lot of the stream I'm not gonna be here. Yeah, I'm gonna pop this out real quick. Oh, I can't do that. Yes, if you guys do subscribe, you guys will get a notification. So if you guys subscribe, I can give you guys a shout out because it should give me a notification. Like this new encoder I got. This is pretty much what everybody uses, so might as well just do it. But right now we have a tornado warning in Oklahoma to the southeast of Oklahoma City. This is a nice supercell. Take a look at velocity. It has some circulation. I'd say it's kind of broad. It's broadened out a lot, but it looks like there might be something kind of by Byers right there. And nothing is really too tight there. Take like a reflectivity. Yeah, we see that. Now let's go back up here over towards Tulsa. So it's Akamogi. We have some storms over here trying to. The caps in this area up here seems to have blown. It's actually helping to limit some of the storms, so they're not getting too crowded. This storm right here looks kind of good to the northeast of Tulsa, to the east-northeast actually. It's pretty wrapped around, and it has a little bit of a, yeah, it does have a meso right there by Pryor Creek. That's a supercell. This storm right here. These two storms right down here in between are tornado warning storm and that storm. These two cells, this one should be severe warning, but these two look like they kind of want to be a supercell, but they're not fully there yet. No, they don't have mesos, but let's move up the line. We also have another good-looking storm here, and almost in Missouri by Seneca. I think it probably has some pretty large hail with it. Let's see. Don't really see. Let's see what it's warned for. There's hail reports back here of dime size and then half inch. Take a look at velocity with that. That's a supercell again. We have a meso. It's classic supercell. Pretty nice looking storm. Has the V shape. And then we move up the line over towards Springfield. These storms over here are not really supercelled. They're not supercells at all. This is the higher cap area. The cap up here in this area, I'll try to circle it for you. This area here has an extremely strong cap, and so there's probably not going to be any storm development in that area. These storms here probably are going to struggle a little bit, and then this one, when it gets further north, when it starts to move north, it'll probably die out by this area. Well, this storm direction is kind of this way, so these will die out soon. Though they're not going to last a whole long time. Now let's take a look at these ones by Memphis. All right, to the north of Memphis. This is an old multi-cell complex. There's actually some lines, some individual little squall lines in here, but it's looking a little bit more multi-cell. A lot of these are severe thunderstorm warning. These have some pretty damaging winds with them. 60 miles per hour with that one. This one here has 60, and then this one here has 60 also. This has a big damaging wind threat and even some flooding. We see there's a flood report there, and there's also a flood warning right there, a flash flood warning, sorry. And we got one more severe thunderstorm warning. This is in northern South Carolina by Greenville. This is a single storm, but it's a little bit too close to the radar to actually look at it. Let me get a better radar. That'll work. Yeah, we can see this is just a pretty good looking storm. It's in the middle of nothing. It's just there. This is not a supercell. This is severe warning, probably for some hail and wind. Probably a standard severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, 60 mile per hour, 1 inch hail. But yes, so I'm going to go. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Do take care of some stuff and have dinner. So I'm just gonna leave it on this storm right here on dual pane display for you guys. I'm gonna play it out too. Yeah, so hope you guys are. If you guys are new, please subscribe, and I'll give you a shout out when I come back. But yes, all right, be back soon. Alright, hello everyone. We should be back. I'm back here for a little update before I go have dinner, making sure everything is working. It appears everything is working. So, we still have this supercell. It's actually extinct for the southwest here by Maysville, Southern this morning. They did let go of the tornado warning on it. Wait a second. Alright, I can't do that right now. I'm trying to join the voice chat, but I can't. I'm about to go have dinner. There's really nothing going on right now. Other than we have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings and some supercells trying to get going. That one looks kind of good right there by Dustin. Alright, sorry about that, but we have this storm here. It was a supercell. It looks like it's dying out a little bit from previous trends. You see it was a little bit stronger, and it's kind of getting smaller and weakening, but it still looks good. Probably still is a mezzo. Hope the stream is going well. I think it is 23 minutes. Alright. Yeah, so if you guys are a new viewer, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I would like to hit 220 by the end of May. I know I haven't been posting in a while, but I'm gonna get back to doing that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Alright. But we have some... Alright, let's move back up to Tulsa. That's our dying cell right there. We have the one to the north of it. Looks kind of multi-cell. Now, by Tulsa, this was a nice storm we have. You can kind of see. This is a supercell still. It has a nice structure like that. It's pretty much the bare structure. We do have another storm that has caught up to it. A severe warning storm. This thing is a nice hook by Sportsman Anchors. I think it's a nice hook. We take a look at velocity. It's got a broad mezzo. It doesn't have much rotation, but it has a broad mezzo region. That is a supercell. So right now we only have about 2 to 3 supercells going on because we have a tornado warning storm in southeastern Missouri. That storm I was talking about by Seneca. Look at that hook. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Goodman's probably getting some hail. Hail report to the north of half-inch size. It's pretty good. Then velocity. Oh yeah, I see what they issued that right to the west of Goodman in the backside of this. It's not actually in the hook where you would expect it to be. It's kind of in the backside. But that's probably gonna, I might have a tornado on the ground. You see right there, he has a pretty good rotation. It's not extremely tight, but it is there. I do not see a good CC drop, so that is a good sign. Alright, let's move over towards severe thunderstorm by Greenville, South Carolina. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit. It just looks kind of like a multi-celled storm, not supercells. But let's move back to Tennessee here, where we have this complex that was in Missouri earlier. This thing is packing a lot of wind in it. This complex here, that right there even looks like a hook. And it has some pretty large hail. Some of these storms have a lot of hail and a lot of wind. That by three-way looks like that has some strong rotation. If this verifies, which it doesn't, because okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but I know you guys. Okay, there's rotation right there. That might be a glitch because we go over to reflectivity and it's in the middle of the inflow notch. It's not where it likely be, and the time is 7:32 for both of them. So it's kind of odd, but there might be some rotation there. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks kind of like an embedded supercell. It does have a mezzo. Probably an embedded supercell right there. And the southern part of this line to the north of Jackson, Tennessee. And this line's going to continue to move to the southeast. Same track it's been doing all day. This thing used to extend further to the north, but the cap up here killed it. And it would be right here by Evansville, but if we go switch to the Evansville radar, it's rain now because the cap died. The cap killed that. But we see that's going to move into northern Alabama into Georgia. There is a slight cap, but it's not that bad. So yeah, we already have some storms forming out in front. But let's move back to Oklahoma. That's where the big stuff's going to be happening tonight. So this is our line here. This is not even really supercellular anymore. This is what the NAM 3Cam model was predicting earlier when I did the YouTube video, like the little line. That's what the name 3K model is predicting, and that's what we're seeing. So yes, let's take a look at velocity. It still has a mezzo right there. I think that was the old rotation. Yeah, that was the old rotation with that first storm. You can still see it has some supercell shape still. Got the inflow notch right there. We still got a little bit of a V shape, and it does have a mezzo, but it's weakened a lot. And it's extending further to the southwest. It looks like it's going to kind of turn into a line soon. A small little line moving south. Alright, that's pretty much what we have going on right now. So, stick with this tornado warning though. This tornado warning up here is looking pretty serious. Not serious, but it's looking pretty good. We take a look at tornado warning. The radar indicated hail of 2.5 inches. I would agree with that. 2.5 inches size hail. It's gotten a little bit tighter in the new scam, right there to the southwest of Goodman. Sorry. And this will be heading places in the path of this will be. Let's see here. I'm gonna track this. See, will be Washburn in about 32 miles to go, and that'll probably happen in about. Let's get an idea here. Probably about 8:07. Probably about 8:15 will come through Washburn. So watch out for that in that area. All right. Well, it would actually be 7:15 because that's my time, which is Eastern Daylight Time. But if you live in Washburn, that's Central. Pretty good looking storm. I think no new scan hasn't came out yet. I don't see a good CC drop. It's kind of hard to tell though. It's a little bit. This is a decent distance from the radar. Not the best you could happen, but it's not the best you could have. You probably want it like right here. But that's a nice classic supercell. Looks like it's showing some signs of starting to go HP. But yes. So my chasing target was pretty much this area here. Well, it was a pretty big target today if I were to chase, but I can't because, I can't drive, and I wouldn't have likely driven this far. But, right now I wouldn't have, but, yeah. But it was in that area, so I probably got some good storm structure, and I might have headed down to this area here and got a picture of that if that was in the ground. Or I would actually probably, because this was literally in the middle of my target area, I would probably go up here towards Goodman and get in front of this thing by Washburn and see this thing because this is a tornado warning supercell. A new scan came out. It's gotten a little bit messy. I think it's showing a donut hole now. Look at that rotation. It's tighter now. Right to the southwest of Goodman, we see it's gate-to-gate shear. We have 57 to 18, which is pretty significant. Join VC on Discord. Got a sign in the chat for some reason. I'm about to go have dinner, so I'm not right now. I'll do it after, probably about like 8:30, maybe 8:20. And we see that pretty tight rotation. Is there a CC drop on the 736? I do not see a CC drop, but this is in a pretty unpopulated area. This is a pretty bad. This isn't the best chase area too. So yes. All right. Let's go back over here to the north of Memphis where we have that complex coming through. This thing has a ton of wind with it. It's about to hit. Parts of it are gonna hit Nashville soon. This is just a ring because it got capped off of back of Missouri. All right, so I gotta go have dinner, y'all. I'm going to leave this on this tornado warning supercell here. Get velocity pulled up here. We're just gonna let it do it like I was in the shower. All right. So I'll be back soon. If you guys feel free to comment, and I will answer you guys when I come back. But yes, be back soon. Alright everyone, I'm back here. Yes, it's been a little bit, I'm sorry, but I can live stream for the rest of this severe weather event pretty much until later this tonight, probably like 10:30 I'll probably go, but yeah, have some good time here. So this is our tornado warning storm here. It's still looking kind of like a supercell. It's definitely weakened a little bit. I wouldn't say it's weakened, I'd say it's turning a little bit not supercell anymore. It doesn't really have a strong meso, although it has a little bit of some broad rotation to the south of Washburn. It's no longer tornado warned, but it does have a TVS on radar scope and some reports of $half size hail. Wait, what? $half, 1.25 inches, but back here there was a $half size hail report of half. Okay, I don't understand that. Well, let's move back down here. So these were our tornado warned storms down here in southern Oklahoma that we had. One of these was a tornado warning in this area. They are still going on. It's kind of just turning into like a mini little line moving to the south. Probably looks a little bit multi-celled. We have some storms up here, it looks like, in Oklahoma. These look like they want to be. They're trying. Some of the southern one looks a little bit like a supercell. It has a, it does have a nice hook right there, a nice kind of backwards inflow area. And then the one to the north looks like it's a pretty big hail producer by Okmulgee. Take a look at velocity. I don't see any rotation with those, so these are not supercells. They don't have any mesos. But this one down here looks like it's trying to be a supercell. This one up here by Okmulgee, it probably has some decent size hail though. And these will move right by Fort Smith. There was 5,000 CAPE in this area today, and that's where this tornado warning happened. All right, now yeah, we do have a growing kind of complex, not really complex, but some growing storms. And one of these in South Carolina looks like a supercell. Looks like it has a nice hook on the radar. Let's confirm on the velocity. Yeah, I'd say that's a supercell in South Carolina. To the southeast of Greenville, has a nice kind of hook. Has a little bit of a V shape actually. Probably some large hail in this. It's probably one of the main threats. Take rid of that. Yeah, that probably has some very large hail in there. 4 inches according to the radar scope. Okay, that's a little bit too big for South Carolina. I don't think it's 4 inches. So, okay, okay, there might be some very large hail in there. I don't think it's 4 inches. That's crazy. But there's probably some pretty strong hail. I'm trying to find the not spectrum width. I'm looking for the specific differential phase. Yeah, there we go. I'd say about probably maybe 2 inches at the most, probably in there. I would say 4 inches with that supercell now. Yeah. All right. Let's move back up here to Tennessee, where we have these severe thunderstorm warnings right now. These storms in Tennessee here, they look like they are kind of moving still, but they look like they're slowly weakening a little bit. They probably still have some decent hail in them, and they still have a lot of damaging winds, but only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings on them now. Take a look at velocity. There is actually some spots of rotation with these, so I would not be surprised if one of these goes tornado warned, but I don't think it's likely, because this one right here is that one we were talking about with the hook we were talking about earlier on the live stream. See, it has a pretty nice indentation by Clifton, right there, pretty nice inflow area. All right, let's move back over towards what's like the big deal tonight, which was what's happening in Oklahoma. We see this here tonight. Might have been I wouldn't say. I mean, the enhanced risk might have been a bust for tornadoes at 10% SIG, because there was only really one tornado warning right here, and there could have been today there's probably only been maybe three to 4 tornadoes. They could have kept it as a slight, but I think the cap. I'm not gonna blame it all on the cap, but I think the cap was one of the reasons there wasn't. These storms are struggling to get very tall. Yeah, these storms aren't really too tall. Only about they're actually good enough. 51. Some of them are doing it. Our supercell back here was about 50,000, and this one right here, this little. I think it was a supercell. I'm trying to look at. Yeah, it looks like it was a supercell. That's pretty tall too. All right, let's move back down here to Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma. This one right here still has a TBS and radar scope. Let's see if it has any rotation. That actually has strong rotation. with it. This storm here. So this was the same storm we were watching that was tornado warned way back here to the south in Norman, where we had that nice beautiful wall cloud. So we see that, and still got CC, no CC drop with it. Not even a tornado warned storm, but it actually has some rotation and a slight little inflow area right there. Try and draw it for you guys with the pen. Right there, you can see a little inflow notch and has pretty nice supercell shape. Alright, see what's going on in the chat. Nothing. But yeah, feel free to chat. I would appreciate it. Alright. So we still have our old tornado warned storm up here, and it's actually heading into Arkansas now. There is some pretty high helicity in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does go tornado warned again. We see this thing still is maintaining being a supercell, still has a nice inflow, a nice hook. Yeah, the inflow notch is right there. We do have a hook. Reports about Washburn, like I said. Roscope is a tornado signature. It does have a slight meso. It's not a very strong supercell, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does strengthen up again. It's heading more further south. Alright. So, nothing's really going on in the chat. I guess because today is not really a hyped up event like all those tornado outbreaks in April. Because those were like hyped up for like 5 days, almost a week. Wait a second, I'm waiting for... Wait a second. Alright, sorry about that, I was just checking out that, okay, hope. Alright, this should be working. Yeah, so the storm still has a hook on it. It's not looking, it doesn't have a tight rotation, that's why it's not tornado warned. It might have tornado possible, no. Storms are pretty big hail producers today, but it is May 3rd now, or May 4th actually. So these storms, should be getting ramped up. I think late May is going to be maybe pretty active this year. I wouldn't even be surprised if this year the peak season for most tornadoes is early June, because the much of the east is below average temperatures, which is contributing to some of the not being much tornadoes. Wait a second. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Let's get Andrew one of you. Yeah, here we're live again. Alright. Yeah, it was looking good, but it's still there. That's the same one that had the big beautiful
the eastern one got stronger.
Which one?
Eastern part of the Oklahoma area.
Oh, that one? Like that eastern one? Yeah, I see what you're talking about in the Oklahoma City radar. Now I'm gonna.
Could have been 3 or 4 tornadoes.
Now, even though there's a really good radar for the storms in southern Oklahoma, and I'm gonna look at the Fort Smith radar. Take a look at base velocity. Yeah, I see some rotation in there. All right, wait. All right, go back up here. Yeah, that Missouri cell is weakened a little bit. I think the Missouri cell I don't even need to worry about anymore because it's really weakened. It's weakened a lot. It still has a hook though, but it's not. It's looking kind of like.
Still goes toward that environment. Really hasn't been touched yet, but could.
Okay.
Still in Missouri, still decent.
It has a meso. It's like a weaker supercell. Let's take a look at the Weather Prediction Center's surface analysis real quick.
Hello, Weather by Tyler.
Oh god, I hate that. Alright, hopefully the stream is actually capturing this. Probably not. Hope it's actually seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, so we take a look at fronts here and we see, yeah, so the latest surface analysis, the low pressure system, the highest tornado area, the tornado in southeastern or southwestern Missouri, that was along the triple point. To the north of the warm front.
The warm front didn't go as far north as expected.
Yeah, I see why that storm might be weakening. I think it's going to continue weakening. The environment up there is a little bit cold. It's 65, so it's not like 80 still. So it's not the best, but I think that storm in southern Oklahoma is going to weaken soon. That's what the models are. That's what the
new NAM3KM model
has just come out.
Shows the storm. Steve.
Okay, he's cutting out because his Wi-Fi's bad. Okay.
It shows the storm in southern Oklahoma going all the way into Dallas.
Yeah, that area has been pretty untouched. It's 64.88 in Dallas according to this analysis. That storm in South Carolina was also, that supercell is also along the triple point. Another triple point. And then the storm that was by Oklahoma City, that one tornado warned. Guess what? Along another triple point. There's 3 low pressures. There's actually 4, but the other, like the main low pressures up in by Halifax and Nova Scotia.
To the Rapsang.
Yeah, there's that line of storms is just traveling along the stationary boundary.
The SBC might issue a new severe thunderstorm watch for northern Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and portions of Arkansas.
Yeah, I don't think it should be tornado watch, actually. They might issue one.
That's not going to be a tornado watch. That would be a severe thunderstorm watch all the way.
Yeah, I won't call it yet.
It shows you getting some spotty thunderstorm activity tonight, so you might get a severe thunderstorm watch.
I really want one.
And then tomorrow, I see some model guidance showing you getting a squall line with embedded storms into it.
Yeah, I think tomorrow might be interesting. I'm gonna look at that one at Dallas. I did some forecasting this live stream. So we'll keep the live stream going probably like 9:15. See if anything actually is happening. So, yeah, it has it.
HRR version 4 shows that you can hit pretty hard tonight.
Yeah, the model tends to overdo storms from what I've seen. Only the HRR V4 though. The HRR model is good. Only the day of though.
HRR V4 shows individual storms with a window period of around 3 or 4 hours of time tomorrow. They could issue a slight.
Where?
It also shows activity in Texas for you. They might issue one.
Oh.
There's a window of time where it shows decent storm activity.
Oh, wait, yeah, those actually could be pretty damaging wind. Maybe even hail, like, for like 4 hours it could be hail producers, because I think tomorrow might be a hail day, because it's going to be so warm. I mean, what I'm looking at here, it kind of looks like these storms, like, will be happening maybe in, like, the winter or something. Because, you wouldn't think when you see this, because your storms are so weak and stuff, that they would be happening, like, when it's almost 90, but it's not looking at, like, those type of storms. They're kind of like cold core. You know what I'm saying, but they're not going to be.
My next severe weather could be in around 250 hours or so.
250? Oh. That's not a long time. Just got 250 hours to go, you know? Which model is the best with the cape? I'd say the NAM actually does pretty good at the cape. Yeah, I have pretty good cape tomorrow also.
10 and a half days until I might get something. May 14th could be interesting for me, though.
Yeah. I mean,
look at the long range.
I think they might think about making the enhanced risk smaller, actually.
I'd make it small.
Mm-hmm. They might take away the 10% sig and make it down to 5.
Yeah, they probably could do that.
Mm-hmm. I might get some cold core storms Friday.
Possible.
The Weather Channel's overdoing this. Sunday morning, it says my low is supposed to be 35 degrees. I don't even know where they're getting that forecast from, but I mean, it might actually make it into the 30s, though, which would be cold. Let's take a look at the CP at the Climate Prediction Center here. Look at it. It's 90% to 100% below average, all the way from Illinois down to almost North Georgia, all the way to up to Maine. It's amazing. I think the 14-day outlook still starts to fade away from May 12th to May 18th, that outlook. Then, this is when it might actually...
Still seeing something on May 11th.
I think it's going to ramp up.
That with up to 300 cape.
It might ramp up around May 16th to May 29th, because that's when it really starts to get, like, the warmth starts to get going.
That's why I'm thinking things are going to start to deteriorate again, or start to...
Not deteriorate.
You might see a Texas outbreak in a couple of days.
Yeah, it's pretty limited, too. Alright, let's turn back the radar scope here and see if there's any new... Nothing new, alright.
I see a Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle outbreak on May 8th this week.
This week? Oh, it's Friday. That is Friday.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move back down to southern Oklahoma where the storms. Yeah, they seem like they're actually starting to weaken a little bit now. The old supercell has a backwards hook now. But it's weakening, I can tell they're weakening.
Hail threat was a big threat today. Hail threat was good.
Wind threat was also pretty significant with that storm system traveling along the stationary boundary.
I'm surprised they didn't get 30% in Virginia. Decent sounding on Friday, May 8th. The early afternoon hours, and also they could issue a slight risk from Texas all the way into central Louisiana.
Wait, so May 8th? Oh, wait, so you're talking about, like, southern Texas, and maybe even Mississippi and Alabama.
Yeah. Vail, Texas.
Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say Texas probably is
pushes off the coast.
Yeah, Texas probably has the biggest threat, but
probably mainly going to be wind and hail. We might see a tornado or two out of that event, though.
There might be a tornado or two, but also it's wait, I'd look at one of the most important things. Actually, Southern Texas by Houston might be in for something because the cap, there's hardly a cap at all. Which is good, but it's also not good.
Interesting. Models are showing May 14th. They're being Cape all the way from Texas all the way into Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a severe weather day.
And so for me,
tornado threat existing all the way up into Iowa.
So for Friday, May 8th, you guys, I mean, as of right now, I'd outline this area in portions of southern and eastern Texas, southern Arkansas, all of Louisiana, portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle for a chance of severe
this
weather.
is sounding for me on May 14th. This is...
Supercell Composite. Well, it's decent Friday, May 8th. It's pretty low, though. I don't think it might be a big supercell threat. Let me take a look at the lapse rates. Take a look at mid-levels. Lapse rates are okay. Not the best. They're about 8 in portions of the area. I think the biggest supercell threat would be probably to the west of Houston.
Yeah.
I think there also could probably be a line. Thinking about storm modes, probably going through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama with some spotty damaging winds.
800 Cape Houston.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised there's actually maybe a spin-up tornado in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama on that line because there is some good helicity.
Yeah, it'd be short-lived.
Yeah, but Texas was the greatest supercell threat to the west of Houston.
So looks like it's going to be an overnight event.
Wait.
Early morning.
Wait, you're talking about you're talking about Friday. But I go back to Thursday here, and Thursday, May 7th, looks like maybe a big day.
Yeah, maybe I got another sounding 1,200 Cape. Interesting.
Dude, why are you not? Dude, you didn't notice Thursday, May 7th? There's literally the GFS model has like a bunch of spotty storms going through Oklahoma, through Kansas, all the way to northern Texas, and you didn't realize you didn't realize there was helicity of 800. Just gotta look at Cape because that's one thing we need. Yeah, first to look at dew points. That's something we do need. See what kind of can give us an idea. So Thursday. Dew points will be okay. Not the best. They'll be maybe in the lower 50 or the upper 50s in Kansas. Maybe some cold core up there. And then southern Oklahoma. Maybe I would outline the area for Thursday, probably this area. Right there. For Thursday, May 7th. And then for Friday, I would outline this area. 2 areas. Thursday might be a bigger tornado threat, Andrew.
Yeah.
We just gotta get one thing. Gotta see one thing, Cape. Cape will be okay. Thursday, I might switch that over a little bit further to the west. That's where the higher Cape is. Looks like it might be kind of a dry line setting up. Let's take a look at the dew point and see if I can confirm that. Yeah, I'm thinking there might... normally, with a normal cold front, the dew point doesn't go from 24 to 63, but within about, 50 miles, but... So I would say that might be a dry line. Kind of set up there. So, okay, for Thursday, this is my final forecast. For Thursday, I would outline this area here. Probably, maybe even a little bit further to the south, actually, sorry. Or like this, Thursday. And then Friday, May 8th, which is this week. Thursday's actually only in a few days. Thursday, May 7th, that's a few days from now. And outline this area here. See, wait, the SPC might have an outlook out then. Tuesday, Wednesday, no. Still there. I'm seeing what the SPC is saying about severe weather chances for Thursday, because even though they don't have a day 4 to 8 outlook out, they still have a big piece of text at the bottom. So, yeah, predictability too low for day 4 or day 5, and then potential low for the other days.
Yeah, but they have a text in their new SPC outlook.
Oh, wait.
Okay, they have an enhanced risk. They have a 5% risk, and zone.
Called it.
Eastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas, and southern Missouri. 15% damaging wind risk, fairly close to you, Tyler.
Day 4. Wait, day.
Watched by you. But hail risk, 30%.
Wait, what?
Coming pretty close to Dallas.
Wait, what's going on? Wait, you said like something close to me. I got confused.
Yeah, you're fairly close to the Cyrus.
Oh. Hasn't come out yet. The new Outlook hasn't come out yet for me. Oh, I see it now. It hasn't fully come out yet. Kind of good little sneak peek right there. Yeah, slight. That's what's up. There's still an enhancer. It's probably I called the 5% though.
The 5%?
Yeah, you called that it would get smaller. So that's good.
Oh yeah, it really could. It really should have. Did get small.
I might be in a marginal tomorrow. I probably don't have a tornado threat. I probably have a hail threat and wind.
Mainly hail and wind.
Mm-hmm. Why do I keep thinking I keep feeling like tomorrow's gonna be like a cold day, like in the winter.
It says hail and wind threat.
Well, I know.
Oh, didn't say that.
What? Wait,
That's
what?
a pretty good hail and wind threat, and that's it.
Wait. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh! I see something definitely happening May 13th, maybe. 2 points to 70 all the way up to Nebraska. Take a look at that. Let me get a good sector here. Continental U.S. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, plenty. Oh, that's today. Still there?
Yeah.
May 13th might be something all the way up to you.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're talking about May 14th, but alright,
13th to the 14th.
take a look at Cape that day, because that might be it's probably going to be a limiting factor. No, actually you have about, you had about 800 Cape. Portions of Cape.
800, and then 1,000 edges up very close to me.
Mm-hmm. You might get it worse on the 14th and the 15th. Probably the 14th. If this does happen. I think the 15th, though, or the 13th could be a big tornado day, maybe for Kansas, maybe northwestern Missouri and Nebraska, maybe. Kansas, Oklahoma, I'd say would probably get the worst. Now remember, the GFS model does underdo Cape sometimes, so it's saying about 3,422 peak, and actually 3,500 in there, so that would probably mean about 4,000. But yeah, I do see it ramping up after the 11th. Still there. Take a look at the limiting factor.
No.
Take a look at the... Okay, the one limiting factor is, for May 13th, is cap, which is what we don't look at, which was what we didn't look at a lot, and that's when our forecast busts. The cap is kind of like today. It's a little bit stronger, which could be good because it means there'll be discrete cells, but it could limit them from getting too tall, like it kind of did today.
Yeah, that's why our tornado was up by.
But then for Thursday, there's still a little bit of a cap, and then for the 15th, you might get something, even though you don't have a whole lot of cape, but you have zero cap, and there could be some storms.
No.
take a lapse.
I mean, there's something to look at for those days, and then I'm pretty much not having anything else until only May, most likely.
Well, I mean, don't say that because this is far out too. So.
It is so far out.
And actually, for May 13th, you have pretty high lapse rates, kind of by you. And then actually for you might get sent. I think you're
that does look very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I do like studio meteorology. I realize we don't need to look at the supercell composite STPs because that's what we've been looking at for like a long time. We really never look at CAPE or not CAPE, the CAP. But lead strength.
Severe thunder. I called it severe thunderstorm watch issued for 8 counties in Texas, northern Texas.
Is Dallas included in it?
Dallas is in it.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna see if any of these storms are looking really good. If not, I think I'm gonna end the stream.
I'm checking rotation again. I haven't done that in a while. I've been worried about long range forecasts.
The storms in Texas do look like they're slightly weakening, and there's like a little glitch on velocity with the Oklahoma City radar. So don't get that confused with rotation. It doesn't really look like anything bad.
Okay, the east one near Stonewall does have some rotation. That might be rotation though, Tyler.
I know.
Because that's how the.
But I think
looked.
No, it's not. The Bassfield tornado is a lot more organized. Okay.
No, that's how like the velocity signature looked.
That's not how it looked like. But okay, it was a straight line. Remember going through like.
Oh yeah.
It didn't look like messy like that most of the time. Okay, I see some actual like pretty good rotation to the west of Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Fayetteville, Arkansas. Let me check that. But it looks good.
It looks kind of tight.
It's definite mezzo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, donut hole.
Yeah, it's a donut hole.
Oh, donut hole.
Maybe rain wrapped.
Donut total. I can't believe that's in a severe thunderstorm watch right now.
Same storm warning that storm. Let's see how that supercell in South Carolina is doing.
Okay, there's been 40 hail reports that have been above 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
9 wind reports above 75 miles.
Yeah, let's take a look at those.
Mm-hmm. No tornado reports.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there's been no tornadoes so far today. But I'd say there's probably maybe been 2. I think the one in southwestern.
2 or 3.
The one in southwestern Missouri probably had the biggest chance of actually being a tornado.
I think there might have been one north of Norman spin up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean south.
Yeah. But I think we really chased the one in southwestern Missouri. I think it probably was a multiple vortice.
Yeah, probably was a multiple vortice, short-lived EF1. That's what I'm guessing right
Yeah,
now.
it would have been pretty photogenic if it did happen. But no, and that was right in our tornado chasing target, so we would have gone
That
for
was
that.
right in our bullseye. Yeah.
So that's where we would have gone. There was a lot of high wind reports by.
Kind of surprised they haven't issued a watch for South Carolina yet, because the storms are still ongoing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the storms by Kansas City, not the high wind reports. Those are the ones. They're not like the ones in Tennessee. No, they were to the north of the ones in Tennessee. The storms were the heavy rains to the north of there. But I told you they were going to weaken the cap, which they did.
Yeah, the cap just pretty much weakened them after a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're strong. They were strong.
Yeah. Alright, there's been a lot of large hail. I don't think this was an enhanced risk bust. Tornado bust,
It
yeah.
wasn't an enhanced risk bust,
No.
but this was a definite bust, tornado-wise.
And we would have probably gotten smashed with hail if we were in our target area too, because look, there's like a bunch of hail, like a large hail reports 2 inches plus in diameter, like right in our target area. So that was great. There's a hail report in South Carolina. I'm gonna check that out real quick. So there's been one in South Carolina. Where is it? I can't find it. Wait a second. I'm gonna have to use this Control F thing. SC South Carolina. It should be in here somewhere. Alright, so wait. Spartanburg County, South Carolina. Up to golf ball size hail in South Carolina.
Ooh.
It's a pretty big hail for South Carolina. That wasn't even in the high Cape area. It was like in only less than 1,000 Cape.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a...
And there was a cap in that area. I don't know how those happened. Those actually got that tall, but they were really short-lived. They're kind of weakening now. I think I won the last stream at 9:30. What do you think?
What'd you do it?
Yeah.
The line's kind of making a bullseye for you.
That line? Yeah, it's now actually producing some hail. I don't think it's going to make it to me, though.
Producing some big-time hail.
Mm-hmm. We really don't even have any much more... Okay.
Yeah, my answer.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually some pretty strong rotation to west of Fayetteville. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes tornado warned. It's really the only thing keeping the stream going right now. Alright, so see that. A lot of these storms have a high history of putting in big hail. Yeah, I definitely agree for they put their enhancers. I think it was a good forecast, but I don't think they should have put a 10% sig in. I think the cap, which is what I thought, was too strong. Oh, and it wasn't just the cap. The warm front didn't make it far north either, into the better
The
holes.
warm front, yeah, that did make it quite far enough north.
Yeah. This is sort of looks like the Ring of Fire, but it's really not the Ring of Fire. It's just a stationary front. Alright, so there's the morning almost to Dallas now. Okay, I don't know how this storm is not gone tornado warned yet. There's really strong rotation with that southwestern storm that's about to hit dip. It's going down towards the severe thunderstorm.
There's also some decent rotation in southern Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Wait, dude, have you looked at the rotation on the Dallas-Fort Worth radar for the one of the southern storms? I mean, you really can't miss it on the Dallas radar.
Yeah.
You see it?
I haven't they issued a warning.
They might be issuing a flash flood warning or a new severe thunderstorm warning, probably for Medill or something. So there's a Tushamingo in every state. One in Texas, there's one in Oklahoma, there's one in Louisiana, there's one in Mississippi, which is the one that got that tornado on March 24th, I think it was. There's also one in Missouri. Alright. Let's say that this is one of the SPC's better forecasts. I don't want to say it's one of their best ones with the tornado areas, or the tornado area they were saying, but it was a good one. Alright, what else can we look at? What else can we forecast here? I'm not gonna go over the severe weather again. That could happen later this weekend in this area. Let's take a look. When is the most? Yeah, the GFS model really underdoes Cape. Andrew, you still there?
Yeah.
I see the Ring of Fire. Looking at the Cape, literally just the Cape. I see the Ring of Fire though. By May 18th, I definitely see the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, there could be a Ring of Fire drop breaking.
I think it's gonna be a little bit different though than last year.
Hey, stay up. Yo. Day's gonna bust. Yep. The enhancers, though, they could have upped it to a 30% win.
Alright, y'all. The stream is gonna end now.